What's going on, Capricorn? I hope you are doing very well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for March 16th to the 22nd, 2022. So in this reading, Capricorn, we're going to take a look at some upcoming opportunities and challenges coming your way for the upcoming week. We're also going to close off this reading with some advice and messages from your angels and spirit guides. So you are all definitely very welcome here, Capricorn, in this space with me as we go through this reading. I appreciate you taking the time to check out the reading, and if you find that this resonates with you, definitely smash that like button and subscribe if you have not already for more uploads into the future. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this energy, the 16th to the 22nd. What wants to come through for you here, Capricorn? As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for Capricorn. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got going on, Capricorn. I'm not going to speak too soon, but I definitely love the energy so far. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what is going on here for you, Capricorn. So let's start off for you in your opportunity slot for the 16th to the 22nd. You have the Ace of Wands, the Chariot, and also the Queen of Cups. You know, this is an energy of divinely inspired action. The Ace of Wands is all about acting on your passion, and the Chariot shows that you're divinely protected. Also, the Queen of Cups is a beautiful spread here. In this opportunity slot, there is an opportunity for you to either go for someone new in love because you're divinely protected. This could very well represent a soulmate relationship that you're meant to go towards here. But the Ace of Wands to the Chariot, more so, it could be coming through as like a side hobby or a new thing that you want to start, because this energy has everything that you need. This energy is acting on your passion, knowing that it will lead you to exactly where you need to be, because when you act on your highest excitement, you activate the complete kit of synchronicity, which brings the exact people who are meant to be in your life. It brings everything towards you, but most people never take that step. It's almost like you're going to have bravery to face your fear this week here. Now, you also have the Queen of Cups, which the opportunity is to do this from a place of neutrality. The Queen of Cups is, you know, someone who kind of roots for the underdog. They let things slide. So I think that's in relation to yourself potentially here, where, Capricorn, what I feel going on here is like, it's always important to act on your highest excitement with zero insistence on a particular outcome, because your excitement leads to threads of other excitement. So earlier on in my journey, when I started my spiritual career, I always knew that I was going to be some sort of spiritual teacher, but never in a million years would I imagine that I was going to be a tarot reader. So in the years past, I had a lot of like crazy spiritual experiences that led me to be able to do these readings and things like that, and worked on my energy. But never in a million years did I think that this would lead to to tarot, to doing what I love every single day. So for you, there's something what I'm getting here. You're being given everything you need to take the first step, but it may not be your end goal, but you're being divinely protected because that will get you to where you need to be. Okay, so does that make sense? I hope that resonates with you. Here, let's go down to the challenge though. The Two of Wands, the Four of Wands, and also the Four of Cups here in your challenge. So Two of Wands, you know, it does represent kind of a safer option or a more risky option. And especially to do with love. I think the Four of Wands in the centerpiece in your challenge, you may feel like you haven't really met the people that are really meant to be in your life, your soul family. I think there's a lot of people around you that are almost irritating you to the point where it's more painful to stay trapped in a life that's really not authentic to you, kind of suppressing who you really are. The challenge is that you've yet to really manifest a soulmate potentially, and even like friends that are on a high vibrations. So almost what Spirit's telling you to do is you have to shift your life because you're divinely protected here. Now you also have the Four of Cups in the challenge. So there could be a feeling like, I'm getting here where it's almost like you get hits of inspiration, Capricorn, to do something, and then it just like fades away. So your challenge is to act on something immediately, because you literally have less than 1 second to act on an intuition. Most people, we get life-changing ideas and we just let it pass ourselves by. I swear to God, all of us do it. All of us like literally have, so for me, for example, like I know I keep going back to myself in this reading, but I think it's relevant for you. When I was in a meditation when I got the idea to change my name to the Autistic Mystic. But do you know how easily, and that completely changed my life. Once I changed that sounds so stupid, but giving yourself an alias is actually very powerful, changing your name. When I changed my name to the Autistic Mystic, Capricorn, I could have easily never have done that, and then I would never have shifted to a lifeline, because when I started out on my passion of just studying spirituality, that's what I particularly enjoy to do, uncovering metaphysics. How does this universe work from an energetic perspective, spiritual perspective? I didn't think that was going to lead me to tarot, which then now has led me to soul family, to people who are really meant to be in my life, because I had to be authentic for that to occur. So there's this feeling, Capricorn, that make sure in your challenge that you don't just pass up on some sort of inspiration that's coming to you. And you really do need to face your fear. The Three of Swords is to go, and the Ace of Swords going right into that. So let's move down here. We're going to clarify that in a second, but we move here to the advice from your spirit guides, and the Three of Swords to the Ace of Swords, and the Chariot here. You're divinely protected to move in a situation that scares you, but it's very exciting. Okay, this is cutting through the bullshit. Also, you have the High Priestess here, mystery. You don't know where you're going, but you know that you're going somewhere, that you're divinely protected. There's a lot of major arcana cards here. I mean, actually, the only two are the Chariot and the High Priestess. So what this energy says, Spirit knows that you're not being given the whole plan, because it's never meant to work that way. If you knew how everything was going to play out, Capricorn, I guarantee you it would not be worth living this life. Part of the reason we come here, we incarnate into this body, is because of the element of the unknown. So embrace that and really do what you're scared to do. Do the thing that would make you feel like your ego is taking a hit. Like what I say is like, no ego, we go. There's something here that's coming through you that is beyond the ego, whether that be trying to manifest a new love situation, because the number 2 here would indicate that. And also the number 2, the High Priestess, partnership. But then you have 2 aces. So I don't know, Capricorn, let's go ahead and clarify some of these cards to see what we got going on. But it looks like this week for you is quite intense. So let's go ahead and see, why is this Ace of Wands here for you in your opportunity slot here for you? It's all about tapping into your core frequency. Knight of Pentacles, we're going to keep going though. This Knight of Pentacles, you don't have to figure it out. It's all about one step at a time. Oh my God. Okay, this is literally the jumper that just popped out. So the Knight of Pentacles slowing down for the Ace of Wands. So what this energy says, Capricorn, is that when I say act on your highest excitement, it doesn't mean that you have to have, like I keep saying, the exact purpose of your life here. This is going to be something that you do for its own sake, because that's how it always happens. The thread of your core frequency is something that you would do if no one paid you to do it. Like for me doing these tarot readings, before I started putting these on YouTube, it was just always the tarot cards were in my hand. I was obsessed with it. So, and because no one has to pay me to do this. So there's something with that where it's just something where you're going to explore it, and there's going to be a download here about the direction you need to move in. Even if it comes to new love, go where you fear, don't be afraid of rejection, because your challenge is rejection. Especially if you're trying to manifest new love here, Capricorn, it's like this fear of things not working out. Thinking that when things don't work out, it's not good. But when things don't work out, it's literally the best thing ever. Okay, that's what spiritual people know, because you realize that like when something doesn't work out, you learn something. that then you can apply it into the future. What most people do, though, is they have insistence on outcomes. They're not neutral. They're not in the present moment. They're not spiritual enough, I guess you could say. Because, see, like, when something goes bad, like, it doesn't work out or you're afraid it goes wrong, you need things to go wrong. If nothing ever goes wrong in your life, you're not doing anything. Okay, so it's like, I don't know who this is coming through for. You're divinely protected. Don't forget about that. The Chariot. The opportunity is to know when to speed up, when to slow down. But there's a lot, like, it's hard to explain this energy. Okay, let's go ahead and see why this, because to be honest, Capricorn, it's almost like Spirit's saying you're not really on your highest divine timeline right now. The challenge is the Four of Wands. There's somewhere you're meant to be that you're not at. But the only way there is in through a portal and not trying to seek it through the external world. Everything in this reality is a reflection of your own frequency. In order to manifest a frequency like this, it starts with the little things, okay? I hope that makes sense. But let's see why the Four of Wands is here in your challenge. Centerpiece to your reading. You're very, like, in need of real connection, more authentic connection, but you just don't know where to start. Okay, but it all starts with doing what you love and maybe even experimenting. Don't be afraid to look bad. You know, it's kind of like the Fool energy here a little bit. Okay, Four of Wands going with the flow. Yeah, so the going with the flow card for me, this is the Ace of Cups, but for me in this deck, it represents the flow, like the path that you kind of chose to walk before you incarnated here. All of us do have that. It's the path of least resistance. When you tap into your core frequency, you synchronistically draw to yourself every single thing that is relevant for you, because when you incarnated into this body, you came down here with a specific mission in mind for your soul specifically, which of course involves other people. So there's a big, like, like a 180 that you guys need to do, and it has to do with facing your fear. You're letting these projections hold you back, because pain is never as bad as you think it is, guys. It's never. It's only the anticipation of it that's bad. You can handle anything in the present moment. What story do you tell yourself about it, right? So there's a flow that you're being called to make a drastic shift onto. Now, this, of course, starts with setting an intention. The Ace of Wands is activating that spiritual energy. The Chariot, you know, becoming very clear about future work. Think deeply about, you know, your long-term goals. They're not vague dreams, but concrete objectives. You know, concrete objectives is your challenge. So right now you don't have a concrete objective, and that's why you're challenged. And the advice is saying that's okay, but maybe you need to start developing it here, Capricorn. Let's go ahead and see why the Four of Cups, though, is here in your challenge as well. Why is the Four of Cups here? Fear of rejection, potentially. Apathy. Not really making a decision. Like staying in the planning phase a little too long as time goes on. Maybe. Why is the Four of Cups here? Four of Cups is clarifying, yeah. The Courage card. What do I keep saying in this reading, Capricorn? You have to do what you're afraid to do, okay? That the fear is the great indicator. Okay, so something that you're afraid of rejection, you have to have strength to move through a difficult situation with grace and really from your spirit. Because remember, Capricorn, the soul is untouchable. It is indestructible. Water cannot wet it. Fire cannot burn it. Its armies cannot destroy it. It is the force within you that is the real you. This ego, everything that you've manifested up until this point, it's not really who you are. It's a life experience. It's a neutral idea. Your soul is eternal. Your soul is what's guiding you. And you have to have courage to listen to that, though. Most people do not. Okay, and that's why they keep reincarnating over and over again. Some of you, this could be your last life in a physical embodiment if you get it right. Usually, I know this is like out there, but like usually how you know you're not going to have to come back to this place or another space-time reality similar to this is if you don't, if you say I will go back. Okay, mostly it's like I don't want to go back. You still have to go back for karmic reasons. Now, of course, that's just my belief system. If that doesn't resonate, throw that out. Okay, but let's go ahead and see why the Three of Swords is here, Capricorn, in your advice from Spirit. Why is a Three of Swords here for Capricorn? Three of Swords is clarified by the ripeness card here. So yeah, so like, I swear to God, like there's something here that can lead not only to spiritual and emotional fulfillment, but also financial freedom. The Nine of Pentacles. I'm telling you guys, the thing that you're afraid to do is the thing that leads you to financial freedom every time. Because the way to tap into financial freedom really is to tap into something called your core frequency. If you can share what you love with the world, you will be financially successful. But many times you're just too afraid to put yourself out there or like make sacrifices. Because I'm going to be honest, like this is something I've never shared before, you guys. Like if this, like, I you know what, never mind. I'm not going to get too much into my personal life, actually. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry. Let's go ahead and move into this. So I sort like, because when you tap into your passion, it always brings abundance to you, okay? Because your passion is always what you're talented about. If you tap into the word talent, in the Latin it means talentum, it means sum of money. So be aware of that. And you don't have to figure it out exactly what it is, Capricorn. You just have to experiment, go with the flow, and really make a decision. Because a lot of you guys may be in denial, saying like, no, I'm not, I am in the flow. It's like, no, you have to take it to the next level here, okay? So just be aware of that. Now, present moment awareness is always the key to this. It doesn't mean you have to be a maniac running around with your hair on fire, trying to act passionately and forcing it. No, like, the greatest power requires the lightest touch. It's all about stillness. It's all about embodiment. As you already know, Capricorn, you guys are grounded AF, usually. I mean, at least the Capricorns I know. So I feel like I'm going to conclude this reading right here, Capricorn. It's kind of a weird reading, but I hope this provided you some sort of clarity and insight. If you want more guidance on your situation for this week, the 16th to the 22nd, or your life in general, feel free to book a personal reading with me. You can find the information on that in the description box underneath this video. But either way, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed this reading and have a great week. I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Much love, Capricorn. Peace.